And we are going live with Dragon Age Inquisition. For the last bit, as it were. Spells purge abilities and to destroy demons that are in the process of spawning from a fade rate if the ability is used before the demons fully materialize. Okay. Problem with the spell purge ability is that it takes focus, and so it's kind of wasted on it, unless it's a desperate situation. I wouldn't use it. I usually use the spell, which has a faster cooldown. Faster cooldown or lower cooldown? Faster cooldown. I'm gonna put this. Yep. Okay, the mistake I was making, I need to get a book. It's in here. I have to go inside the still ruins. I gotta find a book inside of here. Fully mature adult female dragon is a high dragon, the great monster of legend, the rarest of all dragon kinds. These dragons follow out massive layers, blah 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 blah. That's the thing, that none of the dragons in Dragon Age that I know of have been fought in a cave. And that's an interesting thing. But never really in a cave. Oh, there it is. I should have picked it before, but I didn't pick it last time, so I missed it when I went through here, apparently. Interesting. Hoppity hop. There it is. I already lit the bell fire. To go out again. They've been most of the fights have been in either open areas, relatively open areas, or in somewhat enclosed areas, but not truly underground, or what I might call a lair, like a cave or something like a dungeon with a dragon, as it were. I mean, after all, it kind of makes sense because, well, the reason why you fight dragons in dungeons is, well, dragons fly. And unless you have a party in a Dungeons and Dragons party that can fly, then, well, yeah, the dragon can just fly around and kill them, or just fly away and never get killed. So here I think it's more that they make the dragons are more animal-like, and thus more territorial. just dropped in there. Like, what?
It seems very unlikely that she could be nesting at this time of year. Ah, fellow researcher, how can I help you?
I found this manuscript on dragons in an ancient Tevinter laboratory. Will it help you?
What remarkable diagrams. Are these chambers of the draconic heart? Oh, if only I could read the script. Do you perhaps know a linguist? Or a Tevinter historian?
Don't look at me. Nobody's spoken that form of Tevene in 700 years.
I don't, but the Inquisition might. I'll speak to our specialists. We'll have to speak some other time.
So now I have to go to the war table. And that's an interesting thing. It's like nobody has spoken that version of 700 years. So there's old Tevinter. Tevint? I don't know what the language is. Oh, the long loading times. And this is a 4-year-old game to 2014. By the time it came out, I didn't have the ability to actually play it, so.
Would you have guessed such a pairing?
And the popping is pretty noticeable too. No, I don't want to change. Sorry.
Did you see the message I sent?
Yes, thank you.
Have you heard anything?
Not yet. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Let's see what we have.
Inquisitor.
Wow, that's 20 hours? Oh.
At your service.
My dragon hunting team. Let's see if it works the same way it worked the first time around. I think she's also a fire breather, so that might... That might work. Let's hope. My third dragon hunt of the game. I guess I'm getting ready to, let me see. Talking about third dragon hunt. Don't have enough of those. Make sure that everybody has enough potions. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a fight to remember.
After more than 30 days, I have yet to observe the Abyssal High Dragon in... Oh. Yes? Can I assist you?
My people have translated that Tevinter manuscript.
Studies on dragon hunting patterns? Migrations? Ha! Durant's theory that dragons can't see the color blue is refuted. With those dreadful raiders out of the way, we can finally lure out the Abyssal High Dragon. You should have the honor, my friend. I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. Place this bait, and then wait. It will be a momentous achievement in draconology.
I'm off to plant the bait for the High Dragon.
I cannot wait to hear your observations. You must make note of how she circles the hunting area.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Popping, 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 popping. Exactly the same places the lures were there before. so you get to kill the dragon instead of the raiders, and I get to kill the dragon instead of the raiders, so I can get the XP for it, I guess, and the resources.
She'll be here soon. Prepare yourself.
There she comes. Miss Dragon Age. Well, Miss Western Approaches.
A dragon. Let's be sure she leaves us in one piece.
Fought one before. Move in. Ah, here comes the tail strike. Caught again. No, she did not. Yeah. Nice. This combo actually working pretty well. I should use 2 warriors, but having 2 wizards, it's outstanding. Nameless Blade, Super Ring of Armor Penetration. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one nice fashion statement in the desert. I mean,
Of course, Duran's theory of High Dragon behavior is absurd, but... Oh, yes?
slow down.
Did you need something?
The High Dragon attacked me when I planted the bait. I'm afraid it's dead.
That shouldn't happen.
Attacked? How wonderful! You had a first-hand view of her behavior. Did you take any notes on... I should very much like to interview you. At a later time, of course. I could join your Inquisition. My expertise could be of use, and your scouts could help me find other specimens.
Certainly. I'm sure the Inquisition could use a draconologist.
Excellent. I'm sure my research will be of great use to you.
Back to Skyhold. Oh, it should be slowing down like this. Thought I dealt with that problem.
It's another one, isn't it?
Know
I don't
what
leave
you
these
mean
things,
to do.
I just run them.
It
Of
won't
course
help.
not, but it is
My
another.
father drowned there.
Smells like it.
Who are you to tell me what will make me feel better?
Okay, I think I need to go to the Emporium. I don't know why is that happening. Let's see what I can buy. I don't know why you have to do character selection. They don't appear in the Emporium. You don't... There's nothing for you to... Let me save here because...
Handle the mirror with care. It has been known to bite.
See if that stuff is actually worth it. Shouldn't be that slow. Thought I dealt with that.
Inquisitor?
Forge like this, who needs the view?
Holy moly.
Where'd you learn to hammer?
Should I go for the demons? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the demon. Actually, this one does more damage. I'll wait for something that actually is clearer, better. Either. Well, so much for... That's the end of the Staff of Aiden Ally. That was... I prefer items that really have staying power versus items that clearly do not. Yeah, I used up all my spirit essence and I need them. Oh, wow. 32? Dragon Bone, okay. Oh, but... Oh. Oh. I need to gather a lot of spindleweed now. Okay, we killed a dragon. We got a pretty powerful stave. So now, yeah, we need to deal with this, and yeah, finish off this stuff. Okay, now it. Okay. It seems to have gone back to normal on the stream. Apologies for that. Yeah, you were watching. It was like, that's ugly. That's not good.
Inquisitor.
Also, kind of boring as well. Sorry. Sorry, little Fennec. I don't want to kill them.
Whoa!
By the way, I also noticed an uptick in people watching the VODs, which is pretty cool. I like. I like healing when killed. Okay, where to now? Up and over and under and over and done. Okay. Fast travel. Fast travel. I have to shave as well.
Inquisitor.
Report, Captain. What's the situation in the western approach?
We're all breathing a little easier with that dragon gone. I wouldn't want to be up on the ramparts when a monster like her appeared, that's for sure.
Carry on, Captain.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Yes, Inquisitor. It's by the Irish accents, maybe? Doesn't sound Scottish. I'm bad with accents.
Listen up, recruits. None of you sad sack.
Also, the reason why I'm also emptying my bags of everything is that in this mission is very long, and there's a lot of crap that you get. Talking about crap, how much money do I have? Not a lot. I spent. Let's see what we got. That's interesting. Those towers.
Don't worry, Your Worship. We'll hold the bridge against anything.
Are they magical? Are they like vacuum cleaners or something? I don't know. Has fans? lazurite? Lazurite. Is it lazurite or lazurite? That's a giant lion. Wow, I didn't notice that before. Okay. But I'm not gonna pick that up right now. Keep murdering the Fennec population of Thedas. It's just heart-wrenching. Hopefully Hector or Troy will be able to watch this on the VODs, so he won't miss it. But wish he were live. He's probably sleeping right now. On account that he lives in Britain, it's 5 hours later already, so it's past midnight right now. I just got a notification from another stream. It's like, Yakuza, it's like Zelda with Japanese monsters. Like, well, I guess? Huh? That's one way to look at it, I suppose. Oh, that was a mistake. Coracabos. That's all, folks. What is green? Yeah. Pride demon. Most powerful demon you encounter are the pride demons, perhaps because they are prideful, maybe?
Stay on guard. can't be all of them. There must be more further in.
As a policy, for those who are watching, I am selling all the Greys. Just, no matter how powerful they are, I'm treating them like a vendor like they are. A Bloodspattered note: the giants are half feral. The giants are half feral? There's no room for a weak hand. One is enough to move debris during the excavation, but keep it under control. We don't need the whole building coming in. Yeah, that's
using the giant as a beast of burden.
What a charming pet.
Yeah, that's not stupid. Oh no. Oh no, no. Not at all. The secret tongue of slaves. Despite widespread illiteracy, the Tevinter slaves have developed a series of small pictograms that they scroll on walls or on the furniture, hidden from their uncaring owners. Regional variations make deciphering them a unique challenge. In one city, the sign of a clenched fist means a murderous master. In another, the same symbol indicates a harsh slave owner, but not one with a fatal temper. The ruling class, generally indifferent to the moods and fears of their slaves, makes this pictorial argot an important method of communication. It is all the more strange that many Tevinter comedies center around farcical misunderstandings of a sloppily written sigil, where witty slaves scramble to subvert blame in time to avoid beheading. Perhaps it comforts Tevinter's well-to-do belief that their property is only this clever and human in fiction. Yeah, Tevinter must fall. Tevinter must be eradicated from the face of the planet. I mean, if they won't reform, then they must die as a nation. It runs on slavery. Pure and simple. Oh, Master Spear Room. For the spirit essence that I need for the courtyard that I use to craft. Oh, how lovely. Oh, they can't say the Darkspawn are completely unintelligent. They love their decorations. Unique fashion sense. I don't need that anymore. I think that's... Well...
Digging here.
You don't say. Look, she's very powerful with her blizzard stuff. The problem is that she's also a melee wizard for some reason, and that just doesn't make a lot of sense. It'll take a lot of punishment. So what's happened is the prohibition of black magic has driven black magic into the shadows in Tevinter, but it's still used. Are you really admonished to use it? But
That Herlock will put up a fight. Stand ready.
that's a Herlock? Oh, okay.
Listen.
Yeah, doesn't sound good. In the area of things that don't sound good, that's one of them. But the general vicinity of things that do not sound like a good idea. Yeah, that's definitely one of them. Superb ring of critical damage. Nice. Again, that doesn't sound good.
Venatori. They've been excavating. I take it breaking into Darkspawn tunnels wasn't part of the plan.
Darkspawn and Venatori. Aren't we lucky?
Our master controls the blight. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Yeah, that has to be a lie. Otherwise, Tevinter would have conquered the world with the blight. In fact, it was the opposite. Tevinter suffered under the blight. So no, they don't control the blight.
Oh, wonderful.
That's a big hit right there. Down goes Fraser.
Nothing's ever simple, is it?
The men here were laborers. Someone must have been coordinating their efforts. I doubt they stuck around to fend off Darkspawn.
It's better, but I don't have a room for it, I think. Venatory plans. Do well to muscle your doubt. Our information is passed down to Lucanos from Corypheus' most trusted servants. Be careful that you chosen to well, think of a power locked in these ways. We need only find it, honestly, but they shall never rely on tinctures or of lydium or crude blood work again. Is that not worth any risk? We become a little godlike ourselves. Tell me the thought holds no appeal to you. This is a prison, and it was just used for experimentations by experiments. By the Tevinters. Lovely. Well, at least these guys got what they deserve when the giant went insane. I will not mourn them, that's for damn sure. Were you stupid enough to use a giant as a beast of burden? Yes. Did it backfire and release Darkspawn? Yes. Did you die horribly at the hands of both the giant and the Darkspawn? Yeah. Well, then you go.
A decent enough place to camp, I suppose.
Do you understand the phrase, "Cry me a river"?
More trained giants. We can't allow this idiocy to continue, my dear.
Wow. Hello. Goodbye. No Venatori tomes yet. Ancient of Intel. I didn't. Sorry. Yeah, I have an ability. Sometimes, like lightning blasts come out of me, basically at random. And yeah, little guy got one again. Because reasons. Well, I'll take care of that. There's another rift, of course, but we'll take care of it in a moment. Track down service in the western approach. I'm gonna take care of that other rift. I mean, I got power up the wheels with like 60, 70 power, so... I mean, this whole scenario also will be pretty cool for a, say, a Dungeons and Dragons game as well. Like you have like a would-be not necessarily post-apocalyptic, but close to it. It's like, oh, this group of adventurers did this and they failed, and now, you know. Two are destroyed. Rifts in the Echo Back. Echo Back, Echo Back, Echo Back, Echo Back. Ah. These guys are not Venatori.
Stop this mate. It's over. Thank you for bringing us here.
Happy to oblige, Case Cassie. Happy to oblige. These Venatori. They look like Venatori. No Venatori tomes, though.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Oh, big guy's coming up, huh? They're shocked, I tell you, shocked.
The Venatori will not easily recover now. It should make our own hold on the region stronger.
Loots. Loots, 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 loots. Blizzard's Path.
Still breathing. He's resilient, I'll give him that.
Resilient and resourceful. You could make use of that, my dear.
Have some of the troops bring him in. I'll deal with him back at Skyhold. I think Blackwall would have liked to have been here for this.
Master Frost Room. Yes. I'm not doing those. Yeah. I'm easily defeated by puzzles. I don't know why, I'm not very good at puzzles. I suck at them. Can be good at everything, I suppose. And I'm not, so there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go and sell stuff. But I'll have to go back to Skyhold.
Alright, recruits. Who can tell me? What are the chief weapons of the Inquisition?
I've got a special deal for you, Inquisitor. Fell off the back of a wagon from Mont-Simard.
Did she just say he fell in the back of... Oh boy. Fell in the back of a wagon. It did.
Inquisitor.
Yeah, I need 2 more tomes. No, 3 more tomes. Okay. Time to grab them all their shots, sir. It's a thing we're gonna do, sir. Don't mind us. Looks like that's supposed to be a bar guest. Looks like a very aggressive anteater for some reason. Very large, aggressive anteater. Now let's open the door and get on the floor. Gates are tough. Yeah, it's a very interesting thing because the Winters are supposed to be Greco-Roman, but many of their deities, especially, have a slightly Egyptian take on things. It's like, I mean, there's some crossover, obviously, like Thoth. There we go. Okay. Let me check. Good. I think those. Yeah, those are this. So let's go back to Skyhold, so we can start the long mission. I think we can do this one mission. It's gonna be interesting before tomorrow. Now we can pull it off. I talked to Iron Bull for a while. I think I need to do that. Oh, he's in the tavern. Ah, yes. He's in the tavern. Also have a lot of crap I have to unload and... Inquisitor? Inquisitor. Oh, first of all, I want to stand in judgment, or sit in judgment, as it were.
Before you is Service of the Minrathous Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the
In service of
Western
whom?
Approach.
What's his name again?
He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters and using magic for conquest. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the Approach, without his master's consent.
You stole from Corypheus. I don't know whether that's stupidly brave or bravely stupid.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, Your Worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me large debts. Leave what happened in the Approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Leliana will assign agents to you. I expect them to inform me that you have been forthright. If you want redemption, you'll have to earn it.
I can more than pay my keep, Inquisitor. Thank you.
You know, this time around I'm gonna take Vivian with me, so yeah. No, but then there's a buyback for okay, so let's yeah, Sarah needs new armor. So let's see we can do. I need better legs. I need better legs. I don't have enough Ravishan. Nope. Don't have enough. Okay. We did that. Now we're gonna go and face the music. Oh wait, before I do that, let me empty my, let me get all the things for the research. A bunch of stuff for that. Talk to Dorian for a second.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius' son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him. Those who put the good of others above themselves.
He should be an example for others to follow, or his death is wasted.
Should I spread the word? We could spawn the cult of Felix within a matter of days.
There are worse things.
Probably true. And you're right. His actions should not be forgotten. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Are you flirting with me? That sounded like you were flirting with me. Okay. Got.
Your worship, I need but a moment of your time. My Lord Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
Nothing good, I expect.
If you have reservations about his presence here, I share them. But this is another matter. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
Familiar? We've never met, if that's what you're suggesting.
I'm suggesting nothing. I'm only curious whether you know of his situation. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him. They fear it's the only way he'll come. Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
So what kind of meeting do you have in mind?
I believe they just want to talk, to understand why Dorian felt he had to come here. Somewhat private, away from Skyhold, but not in Tevinter. You make them nervous, I think. They don't understand why he's here with the Inquisition. They want him to come home.
I imagine you'd be relieved to see him gone.
If this is what it seems, and it works out, it might be better for all concerned.
If you think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family...
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor. Perhaps their letter will persuade you. If there is any chance of success in this, it behooves us to act.
If you're looking at your reverence, I understand you feel inadequate to the task of bringing Dorian to a secret meeting, even in the asking, I find it difficult to believe myself. Considering my son has rebuffed all contact, this is the only way. I know him, he would be too proud to come if he knew. Even just to talk. That is all we wish to do. The thought of Dorian in the south, placing himself in the path of such danger, alarms us more than I can express. If somehow succeeds, we have a family retainer at the Avadral Hills watching for Dorian's arrival. He will bring the boy to us, somewhere private. If Dorian utterly refuses to go with him, it ends there, and there's nothing we can do. We are a wit's end. Gratitude is yours, Magister Halvet of House Pavas. I better tell him. Forthwith. Dorian.
I ran into Fiona. Seems you have Alexius serving the mages. There's some justice in that after what he did to them. Maybe one day he'll realize it.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father? I see. And what does Magister Hallwood want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter.
I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
You think your father would actually do that?
No, although I wouldn't put it past him.
Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. We've never talked about my family before. They're not happy with my choices, you see. Nor I theirs.
What choices? Leaving Tevinter?
That too.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed.
We'll find out soon enough.
Oh, wrong. Already went through there, so. Okay. I was gonna do the other thing, but let's do this first. I was gonna do some other thing, but well, we can do this, I guess. Arl Tegan. Oh, okay. Yeah, the problem was drop frames. I thought it was another problem, but yeah, that was dropping frames earlier.
Let's take a look. A bit of reusing the assets, but yeah. The Orlesian Empire. The many lords and ladies in Valhoyo. I mean, this literally, once the system of Nobletown was a Lameratian, there were barons and blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Nobody's here. This doesn't bode well.
Dorian.
Father. So the whole story about the family retainer was just, what? A smokescreen?
Then you were told. I apologize for the deception, Inquisitor. I never intended for you to be involved.
Of course not. Magister Parvus couldn't come to Skyhold and be seen with the Dread Inquisitor. What would people think? What is this exactly, Father? Ambush? Kidnapping? Warm family reunion?
This is how it has always been.
You went through all of this to get Dorian here. Talk to him.
Yes, Father. Talk to me. Let me hear how mystified you are by my anger.
Dorian, there's no need to.
I prefer the company of men. My father disapproves.
So that's what all of this is about? Who you sleep with?
That's not all it's about.
Dorian, please. If you'll only listen to me.
Why? So you can spout more convenient lies? He taught me to hate blood magic. The resort of the weak mind. Those are his words. But what was the first thing you did when your precious heir refused to play pretend for the rest of his life? You tried to change me.
I only wanted what was best for you.
You wanted the best for you. Your fucking legacy. Anything for that.
Literally magical conversion therapy. Oh, wow.
Don't leave it like this, Dorian. You'll never forgive yourself.
Tell me why you came.
If I knew, I would drive you to the Inquisition.
You didn't. I joined the Inquisition because it's the right thing to do. Once, I had a father who would have known that.
He looks very young to be Dorian's father.
Once, I had a son who trusted me. A trust I betrayed. I only wanted to talk to him, to hear his voice again, to ask him to forgive me.
Go on. Conclave of Mages, huh? A little circle of Magi, if you will. Miron de la Mer. Revealed fallen. What's interesting is, and this game really hammers the point when you do a lot of the lore searching, is that homosexuality is not frowned upon in
He says we're alike. Too much pride. Once I would have been overjoyed to hear him say that. Now I'm not certain. I don't know if I can forgive him.
He tried to change you.
Out of desperation. I wouldn't put on a show, marry the girl, keep everything unsavory private and locked away. Selfish, I suppose. Not to want to spend my entire life screaming on the inside. He was going to do a blood ritual. Alter my mind. Make me acceptable. I found out. I left.
Are you all right?
No, not really. Thank you for bringing me out there. It wasn't what I expected, but it's something. Maker knows what you must think of me now, after that whole display.
It was
You're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
At any rate, time to drink myself into a stupor. It's been that sort of day. Join me sometime, if you've a mind.
Like I was saying,
I don't know what you think you're doing.
Oh,
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
Oh boy. Wow.
Oh, I...
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. his presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
Oh? I'd like to hear what these rumors are exactly.
I could not repeat them, Your Worship.
Repeat them? So you've shared them before?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor. Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Well, that's something.
She didn't get to you, did she?
No. It takes more to get to me than thinly veiled accusations.
You don't think she'll do anything?
Do what? Yours is the good opinion I care about, not hers. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
I wish they wouldn't disparage you. They don't know you.
They know you even less than they know me. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
He's a good friend. Like I was saying, in Thedas, at least Thedas, homosexuality is not a thing, but you also have to make concessions to the fact that, well, you need heirs, and this is a succession of heirs both because, you know, heirs are important to maintain the family, right? And, more to the point, in the case of magical abilities in Tevinter, magical power is usually transmitted in the blood. Sometimes people develop magical abilities, but most of the time, that's not how it works. Okay, let's do the
I have
thing.
something for you, Commander. The soldiers the Herald rescued from the Fallermire arrived an hour ago.
Thank the Maker. We need good news.
Here lies the abyss. Adamant fortress has withstood countless Darkswing attacks without falling. The Great Warden is defending it, as well as legendary warriors. To prevent Warden Commander Clara from raising an army of demons, Inquisition forces will need siege engines powerful enough to breach Adamant's defenses.
Adamant Fortress has stood against the Darkspawn since the time of the Second Blight.
Fortunately for us, that means it was built before the age of modern siege equipment. A good trebuchet will do major damage to those ancient walls. And thanks to our Lady Ambassador...
Lady Cyril of Jadar was pleased to lend the Inquisition her sabers. They've already delivered the trebuchets.
That is the good news.
I'm listening.
And the bad news?
Erimond called the ritual at the western approach a test. He may already be raising his army of demons in the fortress.
The Inquisition forces can breach the gate, but if the Wardens already have their demons...
I found records of Adamant's construction. There are choke points we can use to limit the field of battle.
That's good. We may not be able to defeat them outright. But if we cut off reinforcements, we can carve you a path to Warden Commander Clarel.
Taking this fortress is going to get a lot of good soldiers killed.
Our soldiers know the risks, Inquisitor, and they know what they're fighting for.
It'll be hard fought, no way around it. But we'll get that gate open.
It's also possible that some Wardens may be sympathetic to our cause.
The warriors may be willing to listen to reason, though I doubt they will turn against Clarel directly. The mages, however, are slaves to Corypheus. They will fight to the death.
We've built the siege engines and readied our forces, Inquisitor. Give the word, and we march on Adamant.
A very important Black Wall, Vivian, and who else? Not really any secrets here or anything like that. I think we can go for another hour or so. Yeah, I'm gonna do for that, but just give me a moment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you wear pants while you're streaming. I mean, it's an impressive scene and all that, but having the Wardens as enemies, it's kind of sad, really.
They're through! All right, Inquisitor. You have your way in. Best make use of it. We'll keep the main host of demons occupied for as long as we can.
I'll be fine. Just keep the men safe.
We'll do what we have to, Inquisitor. Warden Stroud will guard your back. Hawk is with our soldiers on the battlements. He's assisting them until you arrive.
So Hawk is now actually useful?
On the walls. Our men on the ladders can't get a foothold. If you can clear out the enemies on the battlements, we'll cover your advance.
is useful? Into your taint, lady.
Stay back. We will not be sacrificed for some insane ritual. Keep your distance! The Inquisition is here to stop Corel, not to kill wardens! If you fall back, you won't be harmed! All right. My men will stay back. We want no part of this. Deal with Corel as you must. Well said. I had hoped some of the wardens would listen to reason.
You tell them to surrender, they fight to the death. Schematic. Of course I'm gonna loot.
Press on ahead, Your Worship. We'll clear a path for the rest of our forces.
I mean, I do already have experience taking on castles all by myself.
Forces and see that they survive this.
I'll keep the demons off them as best I can.
Considering that you're a hawk, that doesn't tell me much. That's kind of like, oh, okay. Well, they're fucked. No, actually here, as an NPC, hawk is actually useful. For a change.
We need to clear a path for our guys.
suggest we hurry. Demons will make short work of our forces.
Wardens! We are betrayed by the very world we have sworn to protect.
The Inquisition is inside, Clarel. We have no time to stand on ceremony.
These men and women are giving their lives, Magister. That might mean little in Tevinter, but for the Wardens, it is a sacred duty. It has been many long years, my friend.
Too many, Clarel. If my sword arm can no longer serve the Wardens, then my blood will have to do.
It will.
Stop them! We must complete the ritual!
I'm sure you can't wait for Clarel to do that. How else are you gonna bind her?
Yes, Inquisitor. I want to bind the Warden Commander to a demon. Everyone in this room already knows that. And yes, the ritual requires blood sacrifice. Hate me for that if you must, but do not hate the Wardens for doing their duty!
We make the sacrifices no one else will. Our warriors die proudly for a world that will never thank them.
And then your Tevinter ally binds the mages to Corypheus!
Corypheus? But he's dead.
These people will say anything to shake your confidence, Clarel.
Bring it through!
Please! I have seen more than my share of blood magic. It is never worth the cost.
I trained half of you myself! Do not make me kill you to stop this madness!
Be ready with the ritual, Clarel. This demon is truly worthy of your strength.
Blackwall, can you talk some sense into them?
You don't know me, but you may have heard my name. Like you, I've given my life to the Grey Wardens. The first time I put on this armor, I felt like I belonged. Like I was part of something honorable. Something with a purpose. I know how good that feels. How safe. But fighting and dying here today won't stop the Blight. If you want to stop the Blight, kill that bastard up there. His master is the living embodiment of its corruption.
Clarel, we have come so far. You're the only one who can do this.
Perhaps we could test the truth of these charges to avoid more bloodshed.
Or perhaps I should bring in a more reliable ally. My master thought you might come here, Inquisitor. He sent me this to welcome you.
I mean, it's a good. This is a very cool, battle sequence and all that. But the framing of it, the idea that the Wardens would be so stupid to do something like this. I mean, fear is a powerful motivator. I'll give you that much. The music and all that. The dragon flying around.
You've destroyed the Grey Wardens.
You did that to yourself, you stupid bitch. All I did was dangle a little power before your eyes, and you couldn't wait to get your hands bloody. You could have served a new god.
I will never serve the Blight.
Ow. In 3, 2, 1. Juan.
Where are we? We were falling. Is this... Are we dead?
No. The Inquisitor used the mark to open another rift. We fell through. I believe we're in the Fade.
The Fade looked much different the last time I was here.
The Fade itself is reacting to our presence here, much more strongly than I've ever seen before. Perhaps it's because we're here physically, instead of simply visiting in dreams.
The stories say you walked out of the Fade at Haven. Was it like this?
I don't know. I still can't remember what happened the last time I did this.
Well, whatever happened at Haven, we can't assume we're safe now. That huge demon was right on the other side of that rift Eramond was using. And there could be others.
In our world, the rift the demons came through was nearby, in the main hall. Can we escape the same way?
Sounds like our best option. There, let's go.
So this is the true face of the Fade, behind the dreams and visions. Don't linger, my dear. I think the spirits dislike being unmasked.
What do you make of this?
A plea from the warrior to the spirits. The wolves were our allies in the old days before Andraste, before the Maker. We knew this to be so. But man grew tired of the chase, the hunt, and the truth of fang and steel and blood. Man put seeds in the ground, tended cattle and chickens, and built fences to keep the wolves away. Man bred hounds that would heal and sit and obey, and told himself that hounds were just as good. Now the Darkspawn have come again. They break our fences, kill our cattle and chickens, but our dogs cower with tails between their legs, or if they fight, they fall to the poison Darkspawn. We are dying, and I'm shamed by my cowards.
Should we look around?
Fears of the Dreamers, the Pilgrim.
Shall we have a look around?
Okay, this is one thing about this game. You're getting these bonuses, right? But the problem is, let me show you. There's no stats page. Your character record doesn't have stats. You have abilities. Let me look at the attributes. Okay, you have these stats. Willpower, offensive. But unlike the first game, it doesn't really matter because you don't control them. They automatically increase by level. So Justinia.
By the Maker. Could that be?
I greet you, Warden. And you, Champion.
Divine Justinia. From the little I remember of what happened at Haven, I thought you were dead.
I fear the Divine is indeed dead. It is likely we face a spirit. Or a demon.
You think my survival impossible. Yet, here you stand alive, in the Fade yourselves. In truth, proving my existence either way would require time we do not have.
Surely you can understand our concerns, and explain what you are.
I am here to help you. You do not remember what happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, Inquisitor.
No, I don't.
The memories you have lost were taken by the demon that serves Corypheus. It is the nightmare you forget upon waking. It feeds off memories of fear and darkness, growing fat upon the terror. The false calling that terrified the Wardens into making such grave mistakes? Its work.
I would gladly avenge the insult this nightmare dealt my brethren.
You will have your chance, brave Warden. This place of darkness is its lair.
Corypheus seems to have a lot of demons at his disposal. How does he command so many?
I know not how he commands his army of demons. His power may come from the Blight itself, but the nightmare serves willingly. For Corypheus has brought much terror to this world. He was one of the Magisters who unleashed the first Blight upon the world, was he not? Every child's cry as the Archdemon circles. Every dwarf's whimper in the deep roads. The nightmare has fed well.
The big demon Eramond was trying to bring through.
Yes.
It's nearby.
Yes.
Well,
shit.
When you entered the Fade at Heaven, the demon took a part of you. Before you do anything else, you must recover it. These are your memories, Inquisitor.
well, shit indeed.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
Run while you can! Warn them!
What's going on here?
Why are you doing this? You, of all people!
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone, help me!
What's going on here?
So, your mark did not come from Andraste. It came from the orb Corypheus used in his ritual.
Corypheus intended to rip open the veil, use the anchor to enter the Fade, and throw open the doors of the Black City. Not for the old gods, but for himself. When you disrupted his plan, the orb bestowed the anchor upon you instead.
So this is what? An accident? A random ricochet in the middle of a fight?
And if it was?
If it was, then neither the Maker nor Andraste were in any way involved in this. I'm just...
If you believe in the Maker, then you believe he made this world, and everything in it, including your accident. And if you do not, then nothing has changed. You cannot escape the lair of the Nightmare until you regain all that it took from you. You have recovered some of yourself, but now it knows you are here. You must make haste. I will prepare the way ahead.
Something troubles you, Hawk.
Those were Grey Wardens holding the Divine in that vision. Their actions led to her death.
I assumed he had taken their minds, as you have seen him do before. Come, we can argue after we escape this dark place.
Oh, I intend to.
Bitch. You gotta know.
I've never met the Divine. You think that was really her?
Justinia was unarmed and unprepared. She could not have defended herself against the creatures of the Fade. Whether this is a kindly spirit or a demon fighting its rival for territory remains to be seen.
And the Nightmare? From what she said, I don't report to meeting it.
Sounds like it preys on fear, stealing people's memories. That's low, even for a demon. Memories make us what we are. A monster that takes them away. I don't want to think about that.
After what it did to my fellow Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
We have a visitor. Some foolish little boy comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from his shoulders. You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think that pain will make you stronger? What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home. So by all means, let me return what you have forgotten.
I expected worse.
These are lackeys. Worse could be coming.
Pity.
Claws of Dumont. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue, and the great spikes upon a length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumont and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praise it as I expected, and Master smiled. It's good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret, I've heard him discuss the way to return to people into the ways of the old gods, as only just. He spoke to me later in that day and asked me to call him Corypheus, as is the name he will make for himself after ritual. Master, now Corypheus told me that my people, the elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and that in order to carry out the will of Dumont, he will need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Oh, damn. Oh dear. These real bodies, or just all this is a construct of the Fade? Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I compare this to Dragonlance, besides the emphasis on dragons. It's that they compress a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons. I could give it to other characters, but no.
Watch out! I don't know what those are, but they're coming our way.
In
What is that?
oh, a demon. That's what it is.
Perhaps I should be afraid, facing the most powerful members of the Inquisition. Like Blackwall. There's nothing like a Grey Warden, and you are nothing like a Grey Warden.
I'll show you.
What's it like living as an apostate, Vivian? Do you really think you'll reclaim your power in the Circle? At your age?
Not one word.
Yeah, I could use other characters to get those abilities, but it doesn't really matter.
Once again, Hawke is in danger because of you, Varric. You found the Red Lyrium. You brought Hawke here.
Don't keep talking, Smiley.
Did you think you mattered, Hawke? Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Merrill is going to die, just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Of course, a fear demon would know where to hurt us most. We must ignore it.
Well, the demon is not lying.
Minor demons. Little fears scurrying to serve the nightmare and feed on its scraps.
And they take the form of spiders. Something so many fear.
Spiders? That is not what I saw.
This is the Fade, my dears. Demons have no originality. They pluck their shapes from your thoughts.
Wonderful.
I will say that the demon is using the truth, because Hawk was goddamn useless. What? What the heck? Oh, come on. Well, that happened. Just give me a moment. What, did you hear me mouthing Hog and decided to quit on me, game? Is that how it goes? Let's see how far it sets me. Sorry about that. Just the game decided to quit. It's just like, eh. I hear you mouthing. Mouthing? Yeah. Hawk. You can't have that. So, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about Hawk, and we'll get to that in a moment. He was useless. Mostly useless in Dragon Age 2. Which is kind of one of the reasons why it makes the game so bad. It's like, oh, you're the protagonist. This character's a protagonist. You're gonna do stuff, I suppose. Okay, just let me hear. Oh, okay. Good.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger. Demons!
Keep running!
How I escaped.
The demon! Keep running!
Ah!
It was you. thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then she died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
The only thing that's important right now is getting out of the Fade. Whatever you are, you've helped us so far.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant, where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. Even without the influence of Corypheus, the Wardens go too far. They need to be checked.
They're a relic. The days of their usefulness have long since passed.
What are you saying? You want to get rid of the Wardens? Everyone makes mistakes. They would have died to save us.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones, but an awful lot of the Wardens I've known went crazy.
Sweet Maker, could both of you please shut up? We can argue once we've
Why
escaped
make
from the
that
giant
argument?
fear demon.
I mean, I don't get it. This is a decision that I don't... Again, I think this part of the game is like, oh, it's pitting basically Dragon Age Origins versus Dragon Age 2, right? Who's the real hero? Hawk or the Wardens? Right? And I think it's a stupid decision overall. Mostly because there's no comparison whatsoever.
We must follow the spirit imitating the divine. At least for now, she is our only means to escape the Fade.
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for their destruction? When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we'll end this wretched
Why is he even responsible? He actually tried to save the Wardens. I think it's also, this is a way of Deep Stalkers here in the Fade. It's a way of the writer saying, forget about the Wardens. They were there once. They were the heroes once. That's it. We move on. And again, it's like, because it actually doesn't make sense to me that in many ways.
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
That's literally its name. Every fear coming to life. Essentially, it's literally
I guess
terror.
things just float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there. Or maybe it's best we never find out.
Waters of the Fade. It is not clear whether the water here is a manifestation of the Fade or physical water that is put into one of the rifts somehow. Possibly rifts in
Hard
Crestwood.
to outrun anything in this swamp.
It's an interesting point. How much of the Fade here is of the Fade? Dorian, temptation. Cassandra, helplessness. Sarah, the nothing. Solas, dying alone. Ultimate fears. Cole, despair. Blackwall, himself? Vivian, irrelevance. Iron Bull, madness. Little tidbits here and there about the characters. Very interesting stuff. More Deep Stalkers. It seems to be pretty weird. These don't seem to be nightmares. Can the Deep Stalkers move freely between... Also, the Deep Stalkers seem to be immune to the Blight. I've never seen a Deep Stalker blighted in any of the games. It also so that the Tevinter mages actually do a version of the harrowing. Well, they don't call it harrowing, and I don't think they're gonna kill you if you fail it, but they have similar rituals. I mean, they do walk the Fade in order to learn how to face with demons. Because if you bring Dorian, who'll say, "Oh, when I was in the Fade, yeah, I met a demon that tried to tempt me. Apparently, it didn't work." I mean, after all, I'm sure Tevinter mages also must fear becoming abominations. Kind of lose your control if you become a host for a demon. And an enemy to everyone else, everything else, right? Oh boy. These big bastards. There's two of them. What begs the question, did the Priest of Dumont had actual power? Because according to some of the stories of it was the dragons that brought. There's a puzzle here, but I'm gonna ignore it. You don't need it.
get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the faith.
The rift! We're almost there.
Great, Hawk. Why not just dare the old gods to try and stop you?
If you would, please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I failed you too.
You cannot stand against me.
Back, demons!
I grow fat on your fear. You will die in agony.
That was quick.
We need to clear a path! Go! I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Grey Wardens caused this. A Warden must...
A Warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Okay, let's make this decision. One decision is a bad decision, the other one is a good decision. One is a Game of the Year decision, the other one is not so much. You already see what I'm going to do. For the first time in 2 games, Hawk is actually going to become useful. Bye, Hawk. Don't go,
Say
Hawk.
goodbye to Varric for me.
Varric is right there.
Always the maker down.
Bye. Doodaloo. G-O-T-Y. Australians.
With the nightmare banished, Corypheus lost both his warden mages and his demon army. But in the stories your soldiers will tell, their Inquisitor broke the spell with the Maker's blessing.
Once they understand what really happened,
they will be terrified. Let them have the stories.
Inquisitor, the Archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake.
Where's Hawke? Where's Hawke?
Hawke didn't make it.
Well?
Shit. They didn't make it there.
Stroud, you're the senior surviving Grey Warden. What do we do now?
You stay and do whatever you can to help. You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori, but there are plenty of demons that need killing.
Are you flinging these fools at demons now, my dear? Couldn't you just use rocks?
While they do that, I'll report to the Wardens at Weishaupt. We won't be caught off guard by Corypheus again.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Maker watch over your Inquisition. It has been an honor.
I don't get why Solus greatly disapproves. I never get that. It's like, oh, these people are extremists. Like, well,
Stroud sent me one final report. He's on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
At the time, it felt like a lot of running and escaping.
Either way, Corypheus lost the army he would have used to conquer Thedas. You took an army from Corypheus, but that will matter little if Orlais falls into chaos. All arrangements have been made for the ball in Halam Shiral. Let us know when you are ready to proceed.
I'll go as soon as I am able.
Good. Cullen, Josephine, and I will discuss the best way to gain an audience with the Empress. Speak with us when you are ready. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She seemed calm, serene even. And she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, I'm sorry. I failed you too.
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
And we're gonna leave it here for tonight. We played a little longer than expected, but there we go. Thank you all once again for coming. And as always, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.